Welcome back, Star Wars fans. KT here. Today we're tackling a fun one to ponder in the galaxy far, far away. Who could actually beat Darth Vader in a fight? Although Vader is an all-time bad baddie, we have seen him lose fights, we've seen him struggle, and we know there are beings in the Star Wars universe with power that makes even Vader look like a Padawan. I'm ranking these based on 3 criteria: raw force power, combat skills, and strategic advantages. We're talking about prime versions of these characters. No holding back, no plot armor, just pure ability. Some of these might surprise you, others are obvious, but I guarantee you'll learn something new about the Star Wars universe. So grab your lightsaber, channel the Force, and let's dive in. But first, hit that like button if you're ready for some controversial takes. Starting at number 10, Mace Windu. Now, I know some of you are thinking this should be way higher, and honestly, it could be. Windu is the only Jedi we've seen definitively defeat Emperor Palpatine in lightsaber combat. Windu's Va-Pad fighting style is specifically designed to turn an opponent's dark side power against them. The more aggressive and angry Vader gets, the stronger Windu becomes. That's a nightmare matchup for someone whose fighting style is built on controlled fury. Plus, Windu has something most Jedi lack. He's willing to kill when necessary. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't show mercy to dark side users. That killer instinct is exactly what you need against Vader. The reason he's only at number 10 is that this fight would be incredibly close. Vader in his prime has more raw power than Windu, and his cybernetic enhancements give him advantages in a prolonged battle. But in a straight lightsaber duel, Windu has the tools to win. If they fought 10 times, I think Windu wins 6 or 7. That's enough to make this list, but there are beings with much better odds against the Dark Lord. At number 9, Galen Marek, also known as Starkiller from the Force Unleashed games. Now, this is Legends content, but we can't ignore just how insanely powerful this character was. Starkiller was Vader's secret apprentice, trained specifically to help overthrow the Emperor. The guy could pull Star Destroyers out of the sky with the Force. Let that sink in for a second. He yanked a massive spaceship out of orbit using just his mind. What makes Starkiller dangerous to Vader isn't just his raw power, it's that he knows all of Vader's techniques. He was trained by Vader himself, so he understands his master's fighting style, his weaknesses, his psychological pressure points. In the games, Starkiller actually defeats Vader multiple times. Sure, it's video game logic, but the lore supports his incredible power level. The reason he's not higher is that his power came largely from Vader's training. He's essentially a reflection of Vader's own abilities, just with fewer limitations. Still, raw force power on this scale is nothing to mess with, even for the Chosen One. Number 8, Rey Skywalker. And before you lose your minds, let's just try to get through this. Rey's force abilities develop at an absolutely unprecedented rate. By the end of Rise of Skywalker, she's displaying power levels that took other Jedi decades to achieve. Force lightning, advanced telekinesis, battle meditation. She masters abilities faster than anyone we've ever seen. What gives Rey an edge against Vader is her fighting style. She's scrappy, unpredictable, and willing to use whatever techniques work. She doesn't have the rigid Jedi training that Vader can exploit, and she's shown she can tap into dark side emotions when necessary without falling completely. Plus, she has something Vader lost a long time ago: hope and connection to others. That's a powerful motivator in Star Wars, and it often trumps raw technique. The reason she's not higher is experience. Vader has decades of combat against Force users, and Rey is still relatively new to everything, but her potential, absolutely frightening, even to someone like Vader. At number 7, Darth Revan from the Old Republic era. This is where we start getting into the real heavy hitters. Revan is unique because he mastered both the light and dark sides of the Force. He was a Jedi Knight, fell to the dark side and became a Sith Lord, then returned to the light and retained knowledge from both experiences. That gives him a complete understanding of the Force that very few beings have ever achieved. As a strategist, Revan conquered most of the galaxy and nearly defeated the Republic. As a warrior, he defeated multiple Sith Lords and survived conflicts that destroyed entire civilizations. His lightsaber skills are legendary and his Force powers are off the charts. What makes Revan dangerous to Vader is that he understands the internal conflict between light and dark. He could exploit Vader's remaining connection to Anakin in ways that other opponents couldn't. Plus, he's got 4,000 years of additional knowledge and techniques that Vader has never encountered. This would be an epic fight between two fallen Jedi who found different paths forward, but Revan's balance gives him the edge. Number 6, Luke Skywalker, specifically his Legends version at full power. We're talking about Grandmaster Luke, not Farm Boy Luke or even Return of the Jedi Luke. In the expanded universe, Luke becomes arguably the most powerful Force user in galactic history. He can create Force storms, manipulate black holes, and has decades of experience fighting dark-side users. He's defeated multiple Sith Lords, survived wars against extragalactic invaders, and mastered techniques that even Yoda never knew. But here's the key, Luke has something nobody else on this list has. He's already beaten Vader earlier in his arc, albeit by harnessing the dark side of rage and anger. He still knows exactly how to reach Anakin Skywalker underneath all that armor and rage. That psychological advantage is massive. The reason Luke isn't higher is that we're talking about him fighting his own father. Even at full power, Luke would hesitate. There would be other dynamics at play, and he'd try to redeem rather than destroy. That hesitation could be fatal against someone as ruthless as Vader. But if Luke ever decided that Vader truly couldn't be saved, this wouldn't even be a contest. At number 5, Yoda, the little green master who trained Jedi for 800 years. Yoda's lightsaber skills are incredible. We saw him go toe-to-toe with both Count Dooku and Emperor Palpatine, but his real advantage against Vader would be Force mastery. Yoda understands the Force on a level that few beings ever reach. He can sense attacks before they happen, manipulate his environment in ways that would surprise even Vader, and his connection to the living Force is unmatched. Plus, Yoda has something crucial: patience. Vader fights with controlled aggression, but Yoda would wait for the perfect moment to strike. He'd let Vader exhaust himself, then exploit the opening. The reason Yoda isn't higher is his age and size. Even with Force enhancement, there are physical limitations, and Vader's sustained power and reach advantage would be a real problem in a prolonged fight. But never underestimate 900 years of experience and wisdom. Number 4, Emperor Palpatine himself. And yes, I know Vader eventually killed him, sorta, but let's be honest about the circumstances. Palpatine is the master manipulator of the galaxy. He orchestrated the fall of the Republic, corrupted Anakin Skywalker, and ruled through fear for decades. His lightsaber skills defeated multiple Jedi Masters simultaneously, and his Force lightning is powerful enough to destroy entire fleets. What makes Palpatine dangerous to Vader isn't just his power, it's his knowledge of Vader's weaknesses. He knows every psychological button to push, every limitation of Vader's suit, every detail of his past. Palpatine created Darth Vader, so he knows exactly how to unmake him. In a straight fight without emotional complications, Palpatine wins most of the time. The only reason Vader succeeded in Return of the Jedi was the element of surprise and his willingness to sacrifice himself. The reason Palpatine isn't higher is that there are beings with power that even the Emperor couldn't match. This is where we might start to lose the more casual Star Wars fans, but stay tuned as we now dive deep into Star Wars lore. At number 3, Abeloth, the bringer of chaos from Legends continuity. Now, casual fans might not know this character, but she's legitimately one of the most powerful dark side entities in Star Wars history. Abeloth exists on a level beyond normal Force users. She can possess multiple bodies simultaneously, manipulate reality itself, and her mere presence drives Force users insane. She required the combined efforts of Luke Skywalker, Darth Krayt, and multiple other powerhouses just to contain, not even defeat. Against Vader, this wouldn't even be a fair fight. Abeloth could attack his mind directly, corrupt his connection to the Force, or simply overpower him with abilities he's never encountered. She represents chaos itself, the opposite of Vader's controlled darkness. The only reason she's not higher is that Abeloth is more of a cosmic force than a traditional opponent, but in terms of pure power, Vader would be completely outmatched. Number 2, the father from the Mortis arc in Clone Wars. We're talking about a being who literally kept the balance between the light and dark sides of the Force for millennia. The father's power is on a completely different scale than anything we've seen. He could control both his children, the son and the daughter, who themselves were incredibly powerful Force entities. He exists in a realm where normal physics don't apply, and his understanding of the Force transcends anything mortal beings can comprehend. Against Vader, the Father wouldn't need to fight in any traditional sense. He could simply strip away Vader's connection to the Force, trap him in a different dimension, or rewrite reality around him. We saw him manipulate time, space, and the Force itself with casual ease. The only being who showed more raw power than the Father was, and at number 1, the Son, the physical embodiment of the dark side of the Force. The Son is pure dark side energy given form. His power is so immense that his mere existence threatened to tip the balance of the entire galaxy toward darkness. He could shapeshift, manipulate reality, possess other beings, and his Force abilities are literally infinite within his domain. What makes the Son the ultimate threat to Vader is that he represents everything Vader thinks he is, but on a cosmic scale. Vader believes he's mastered the dark side, but the Son is the dark side. Fighting him would be like trying to fight the concept of anger itself. We saw the Son casually overpower Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One, at his peak. Vader, weakened by his injuries and limitations, wouldn't stand a chance. The Son could corrupt Vader's mind, turn his own dark side power against him, or simply overwhelm him with infinite dark side energy. This isn't even really a fight. It's a cosmic force encountering a mortal who thinks he understands power. Vader would be absorbed, corrupted, or destroyed without the Son even trying hard. Quick shoutouts to some honorable mentions. Darth Krayt from Legacy Comics had incredible power and tactical genius. Grand Admiral Thrawn couldn't match Vader in combat, but his strategic mind might find ways to defeat him without direct confrontation. Jason Solo as Darth Caedus had similar potential to his uncle Luke. And let's not forget, a squad of well-coordinated Mandalorians with the right equipment has given Jedi problems before. So there you have it, 10 beings who could realistically defeat Darth Vader in their prime. Notice how most of them are either cosmic-level entities or masters of both light and dark sides. That tells you something about what it takes to challenge one of the most powerful Sith Lords in history. The beautiful thing about Star Wars is that power isn't just about raw strength. Luke defeated Vader not through superior force, but through love and redemption. Sometimes the greatest victories come from unexpected places. What do you think? Did I miss anyone obvious? Are there characters from the newer content that deserve consideration? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Star Wars lore, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and ring that notification bell. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one.